I am so excited that football is starting. I am Ralph Michaels for Wager Talk TV. I am breaking down the Cincinnati Bengals and Philadelphia Eagles. Games being played Thursday, August the 7th, 7:30 at Lincoln Financial Field. Checking out the Wager Talk live odds screen. This game opened up pick and a total of 35. Cincinnati is now a 6-point favorite with a total of 37 or 37 and a half. Now, guys, preseason is entirely based on information, quarterback rotations, and knowing what the coach wants to do. Remember, as you know from my free Wager Talk guide, I put a quote in there. It's the only time in sports where you can bet on a team and a coach that want to win against a team and a coach that don't care to win. Now, you might be saying, why would anyone lay 6 points with Cincinnati with a head coach that has won one game in preseason the last 3 years? Well, that's where information comes into play. Zach Taylor, Burrow, the wide receivers, they've all decided that they have started too slow. Last year, I believe they lost 4 of their first 5 games by a total of 15 points. The receivers went to the head coach and said, we want some preseason action. We want some passes from Burrow in the preseason. Burrow jumped on board. He wants to be part of this as well. So I think the line is completely correct in this situation. And why Zach Taylor, as the head coach, was only 3-13-1 straight up the last 4 years? As an away dog, they were actually 6-2 against the spread. They played very well on the road. Now we look at Philadelphia and Sirianni. He is only 3-7-2 straight up. And while he won a couple games last year, I'm looking at my team pages from the Wager Talk free download guide. You look at Philadelphia the last 2 years, 2 wins last year, a score of 16-13 that they were plus turnovers, and a score of 14-13 winning by a point late. So you take those into consideration, and they're not true wins. They were fortunate wins in a situation against 2 teams that didn't care to win preseason games last year, and that's the reason they won those games. Another thing I look at, you got to look at how these coaches coach in the preseason relative to the regular season. Philadelphia's O-line coach, when they're in practice, he plays the 1s, the 2s, and the 3s. But when he gets in games, he likes mixing and matching his O-lines to see how people do in unusual situations. There's a lot of value playing against those type of roles when you find that type of coach and that type of situation. Philadelphia at home. Let me take a look here. Since 2021, when Sirianni took over, they are 1, 2, 3, 4. They are 0-6 ATS at home. He does not need to impress his fans. He does not need to impress the media. He does not need to impress his players, and he does not. Quarterback rotation, we're not going to see Hurts. Tanner McGee's going to get the start. For the Bengals, as I said, we expect to see Joe Burrow. Then you have Jake Browning. You have Logan Woodside, a quarterback who's been here for 2 years. Logan Woodside last year in the preseason, 379 pass yards, 71% completions, 2 touchdown passes. I am happy to have Logan Woodside going against Philadelphia's 3s. They do have Peyton Thorne if he might see some action late in the game, but I think Cincinnati will have this wrapped up. So while at the beginning of the year, I actually got interviewed for some newspaper articles, and I said, Taylor is the coach that I'm going to fade. Well, all it takes is one head coach to change his philosophy, and something that you used to do in the past or talked about before the preseason started is no longer valid. I am looking to back Cincinnati in this role. I am happy to fade Philadelphia. While the line is 6, I will say this. I looked at some first half lines, and you could find -3.5 or -4. I much prefer to play the first half if you are able to get Cincinnati -3.5 or -4 in the first half. If you cannot, it's not best bet worthy, but it sure is fun pizza money worthy for this Friday night game to play the Bengals and lay the points with this. Burrow, in 3 years, he's only had 7 preseason passes. The offense will be completely different with him online. Do us a favor, hit the like button. If there's anything you want to see added to these videos, please do so. And remember, I am #1 at Wager Talk over the last 9 years in preseason football, hitting 63%. I started this preseason 1-0. I currently have a Thursday play loaded, wt.buzz/RM, or get all 3 weeks of the preseason for just $99. Head to my homepage to take advantage of the special. #1, 9 years at Wager Talk, off to a 1-0 start this year. A Thursday winners loaded. And make sure you follow me on Twitter, wt.buzz/RM. Guys, make sure you're following Wager Talk social medias. YouTube channel, TikTok channel, all of the social media networks. Over 300,000 people are following us. Be part of that great group. Hit that like button. Follow us on Wager Talk YouTube TV. And I'll check back with you with a Saturday video coming up shortly.